Welcome to my YouTube channel and Writing Sanctuary. I'm James Mikel Wilson, an author, American storyteller, blogger, and recipient of an Author Academy Award in historical fiction. I have a particular interest in books written and signed by presidents and first ladies and North American artifacts that enabled indigenous people to live off the land for centuries. My wife and I have always had dogs around the house, so I hope Missy the Westie here doesn't suddenly bark out greetings if somebody rings the doorbell in the next 2 or 3 minutes. In this session, I would like to share with you my purpose and my mission as a writer. In 2014, I finally found the time to focus on storytelling. Prior to that, I'd worked for 42 years for Caterpillar in various marketing capacities. That career took me to 47 states and 30 countries. My travels often afforded an opportunity to learn about the economies, history, geography, the cultures, and the unique characteristics of each of those locations, including their local heroes and local villains. Those experiences broadened and shaped my perspective as a writer. When it comes to writing historical fiction, I have 3 missions. First, present history in a creative manner, rather than just a citation of facts, places, and events. Second, make it memorable and relevant for contemporary times and the next generation. And third, help preserve our heritage. Those who have posted book reviews on Amazon seem to indicate that I'm fulfilling that personal mission and goal as a writer. I've written 2 historical fiction books for adults. Most recently, Ghosts of Presidents Past. See if we can get better angle on it. Ghosts of Presidents Past: A Reckoning. It's a modern-day ghost story in the footsteps of Charles Dickens. The book features great moments in presidential history while speaking to contemporary times. 23 notable U.S. presidents come in the middle of the night to confront an incumbent who isn't measuring up to the job requirement. That may sound familiar. They each share some relevant successes while in office as well as regrets, and then they depart with warnings that encourage the incumbent to rise to the expectations of the position and the expectations of the country. The other book in historical fiction is Churchill and Roosevelt, The Big Sleepover at the White House. It's a true story of an extraordinary 3 weeks in December 1941 and New Year 1942 that saved the world and set a path to victory. It can be arguably made, at least the contention, that those 3 weeks were the most important of the whole war. The decisions that were made there and the leadership that was applied to lead the Allies to victory. It received the 2018 Author Academy Award in Historical Fiction, and a British playwright has converted it to a stage play. The producers expect to premiere the play in England in 2021, late 2021, or early 2022. Not many people know that Winston Churchill lived in the White House for almost 3 weeks, and with his extraordinary lifestyle, his peculiarities, his idiosyncrasies, he tested Eleanor Roosevelt to the hilt, and some of that's covered in the story. It's rather amusing, really. Both Ghosts of Presidents Past and Churchill and Roosevelt, The Big Sleepover at the White House, provide particularly good stories to read around the holidays and to usher in the new year with their promise of better things to come. And then to change it up a bit from historical fiction, I published 2 creative nonfiction books in a style that makes them fun reading and educational for children. Mr. Froggy's Dilemma is a true story of a rare blue American bullfrog, a dog, a rescue, the environment and climate change. And there's some fun scientific facts for children and challenge to children to do some further research. Mr. Froggy gets into trouble way over his head and too big for his flippers. For many weeks, it was the #1 seller in its genre on Amazon. Paw Tracks, Here and Abroad, A Dog's Tale, was my very first book in 2014. Readers learn about traveling with dogs, dog adventures, dog adoption and caring for older dogs. And Snickers narrates her story in first person, the places she's visited, life from the perspective of a dog, and her veterinarian help write part of the story. Snickers lived to be almost 22 years old, so she had a lot to say about life. The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals published an article about Snickers in their national magazine and then followed it with a blog on the internet. Thank you for coming to visit me on my YouTube channel, and in the next session I will share with you why I wrote Ghosts of Presidents Past, A Reckoning, some of the storyline, and special Newsweek coverage the very day of the final debate between President Trump and Vice President Biden. That's it for now. I hope you come back for another visit. Again, thank you.